The regret born from that perfectionist, people-pleasing, applause-seeking mindset that I carried for so long. When your goal is to be perfect for others, to always seek for their applause, you end up presenting a version of yourself that you think they want to see. I didn't know what I truly wanted. I didn't know what I believed in. I didn't know what I truly loved, because I was busy reflecting everyone's desire back at them. And that's a very lonely place to be, even when you are surrounded with people. Today's video is a relatable one where I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be vulnerable, and most importantly, sharing with you how it has empowered me for my almost 40 milestone. And with that being said, guys, you're welcome to Choose Resolve. Just in case you're new here, you're welcome to day 3 of our 40 before 40 challenge. Just in case you're wondering, like, what is 40 before 40 challenge, please check out my, I think, 2 or 3 videos prior to this one. You understand exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm going to be leaving the links to those videos in the description and comment section so that you can flow along with us. So with that being said, you're welcome once again. As you know, I'm almost 40, and with this milestone approaching, it has brought about a lot of reflection, and I've been thinking a lot about my journey, the lessons I've learned, and honestly some of the things I deeply regret having come this far. My childhood, like many of us perhaps, was filled with a certain kind of that pressure to be perfect, to please everyone, to seek for that external nod, that applause, that validation. And for decades I wore this mindset as a second skin. So today, guys, like I said earlier, I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things I truly and deeply wish I understood sooner. The regret born from that perfectionist, people-pleasing, applause-seeking mindset that I carried for so long. And one of such regrets is losing touch with my authentic self. You know, one of my biggest regrets was or is how long it took me to really understand who I was. You know, when your goal is to be perfect for others, to always seek for their applause, you end up presenting a version of yourself that you think they want to see. I sort of became like a chameleon, because I would always want to adapt my dreams, my opinions to suit the people around me, just to ensure that I was accepted, I was applauded, or even validated. Yeah. So that happened, and one of the things I deeply regret about losing touch with my authentic self was that hollow feeling I always felt. And let me give this illustration. I just felt like a beautifully decorated building with no one living inside, and I didn't know what I truly wanted. I didn't know what I believed in. I didn't know what I truly loved, because I was busy reflecting everyone's desire back at them. And that's a very lonely place to be, even when you're surrounded with people. Looking back, I'm like, I didn't try for myself. So that's my number one regret. And secondly, the opportunities I didn't seize due to the fear of imperfections and failure. Like, guys, I can't count how many opportunities I let slip away, all because of the paralyzing fear of not being perfect or receiving applause. And what that meant was not even giving it a trial if, like I said, I wasn't 100% sure I was going to nail it without a fault, just because I was afraid of saying the wrong things or doing the wrong things and then end up looking stupid. Like, looking back, I would always say to myself, who truly cares? Nobody did. And the regrets for me here were the experiences I missed out on, the joys I denied myself, the potentials I left untapped, all because I allowed the fear of not being perfect or getting that applause, you know, to get stronger than my actual desire to live. And guys, yeah, I regret them, but we move, okay? Guys, like I said, I'm going to be vulnerable and honest. I truly deeply regret doing that as well. And next on my regret list is the cost of constant striving. This one really hits hard, because the mental and physical toll that constant striving took on me was on another level. But because being a perfectionist, being a people pleaser, being an applaud seeker can be exhausting. Like I always tell myself, it's actually a full-time job without breaks, because you are always on your toes trying to please people that do not care. Yeah, they don't care. I spend so much energy trying to anticipate other people's needs, trying to achieve flawless results, even at the expense of my own basic needs like sleep, like food, and even my health. Yeah, I did all that. And the regret for me was burnout, anxiety, the periods of feeling completely depleted. I basically pushed my body and mind to their limits, not out of passion for what I was doing, but out of the fear of not being enough. And looking back, I wish I understood that my health and my peace was or were more valuable than those external validations. Another regret. Next on my regret list was surface level connections and disappointments. Pro max, like pro max. And one of the lessons I've learned from this particular one is that when you try to please people at all costs, you don't attract genuine connections. Rather, you attract people that expect you to always be accommodating, or people who like to be pleased. These are the categories of people that you'd always attract to your life. And by the time their aim is achieved in your life, they move on because you brought them to yourself for a particular reason and they have achieved that goal and they move on to the next. And my regret on this one was that my relationships felt shallow because I would say yes when I genuinely wanted to say no. And that meant attracting people who truly never appreciate or see me for who I was, because I never allowed my true self to be seen, and I wouldn't blame them because what you give is what you get. Yeah. And I wish I had cultivated genuine reciprocal relationships earlier in my life, even if it meant risking not being liked by everyone. Like, I would have done that wholeheartedly. And my last regrets, and I think most importantly, is the time it took me to start my healing journey. My deepest regret perhaps is how long it took me to even recognize its patterns, let alone begin to dismantle them. Because for years I just thought that this is who I am, and like what could be wrong with that? It was only some years back that the cumulative weight of these regrets became really undeniable, and I had to do something about them. I truly wish I had begun this journey of self-discovery, of unlearning, of setting boundaries, of cultivating self-compassion in my 20s. So looking back, I can only but imagine how many years I could have lived more authentically, more joyfully, and with so much less internal struggle like the ones I dealt with. And having said that, the turning point came with growth, and that's the beautiful part of growth. Growth is not just about looking backward, but about looking forward with new eyes, making every regret a lesson learned and not just to dwell on them, making them a guidepost to a more authentic, peaceful, and joyful future. So for me right now, I've learned to build myself with love and not pressure, to seek applause from within and not without, to prioritize my peace over people pleasing. And while I can absolutely do nothing or change the past, I can always change now and my future. And that is exactly what I have done some years back, moving forward. So guys, if any of this resonates with you, if you've ever felt the weight of similar pressure, just know that you are not alone, and it's never too late to start doing things differently. It's never ever too late. You can start now, no matter the level you are at. I did that and it worked for me, and I can tell you, you can start doing things differently beginning from now. Okay, so I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Share one of your regrets that you are learning to let go of, or one new way you are learning to build yourself with so much love. Okay, I would like to know that or hear from you in the comment section. So if this video spoke to you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more raw, honest conversations about navigating life, and please hit that notification. Thank you for being here, thank you for listening, and thank you for joining me on this journey to 40 and beyond. See you in the next one. I love you.